morning. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. We are doing our warm-up heading to the track, and I got a comment on a recent video asking what the difference is between 5K training and marathon training, and I thought it would be a great chance to chat about it today whilst I do this workout. I also have done a podcast episode on this, but I'm going to be using like the same articles and links. I also have recently started a coach certification course for running, so I'm learning quite a lot, especially about anatomy, which is super cool. But let's get through this warm-up and chat about it. We just got to the track. You can barely see, but Gabriel is out there, but we woke up early because he has to be in the office really early, and I just thought it'd be fun to wake up and work out together. But I'm gonna finish my second mile warm up here, just so I can put my things down, and we'll chat more. Hey. Yeah, guys, it's July and it's raining in the UK, but here's Gabriel. I'm gonna finish.
I'm tired, Grandpa.
We're gonna finish our warm up here just because I had to get this coat off because it's not as cold as I thought it would be. Today's session is 2 sets of 1600 and then 4 sets of 400. So doing that twice, but I'm gonna finish our warm up and chat more about the difference between marathon training and 5K training. So here comes Gabriel. Go, go, go. Okay, so I've made some notes. Marathon training focuses obviously more on like long continuous efforts, and this has an effect on your glycogen storage, and like intervals like I'm going to be doing today take greater importance when you're doing like 5K, 10K training versus marathon training. Like if you follow my training on social media and like my London Marathon training, I still do track workouts, but the difference being that with 5K, 10K training, you are training at a speed closer to your VO2 max, which if you don't know what that is, we're going to chat about that as well. So what is VO2 max? It is the maximum rate of oxygen that your body is able to use during exercise. V standing for volume, O2 for oxygen, and max being the maximum. He's killing it! You can find out what your VO2 max is. Sometimes like your Garmin or your Coros will tell you, but most people will get it like tested properly in a lab with like some sort of a specialist. I've never had mine tested, but I would be interested to see what it is. So the biggest reason that someone like me, who would call herself more of like a distance runner, marathon runner, would train for a 5K or 10K is that these actually help improve and speed up your marathon times because you're working your VO2 max. And we'll talk about that as well, because there's an article that specifically talks about like what system it works to help improve like your endurance during a marathon. But the main differences between marathon training and 5K, 10K training is like marathon training is more focused on, you know, you have to recover, you have to think about your fueling strategy, whereas like 5K, 10K training is more focused on intervals, tempo workouts, strides, and incorporating strides more, not just before race day. But in both cases, you want to include about 80% of your runs to be like done at an easy run pace. So now, I don't know if you guys have heard about like aerobic, anaerobic systems. I feel like I always see this on my Coros and I don't know what it means. So we're gonna chat about that as well. So aerobic means literally with oxygen. This is when you're training your endurance, and when people say like they're base building, how people take easy runs easy, it's all about like increasing your aerobic system versus anaerobic system means without oxygen. And this is for like, you know, when you're doing really speedy intervals like I'm going to do today, where I'm working my 5K, 10K speed, and your body is practicing like just clearing out lactate a lot faster, so come race day it's not as bad. Both sets of training, 5K and marathon, are focused on aerobic training and use aerobic training for more than 90% of the training. But obviously 5K, 10K training will include a little bit more of anaerobic training, been marathon training. It is starting to rain a little bit and I'm coming up on 2 miles, which means we will start the workout here soon. I also recently got these Open Run Pro shocks and I am loving them, and I think that they will definitely be my new go-to headphone, not just for running but race day as well, because like it's so nice to be able to hear everything around you. This is not sponsored. They were gifted, but I genuinely love them. Okay, we are almost there to 2 miles. There he goes. And then interestingly, in terms of muscles that you use at different distances, when you're running slower, like in the marathon and half marathon, so slower speeds, you're using your calves and your quads more. But in the faster distances, you're using your glutes, your hamstrings and your glutes more. So different muscle groups for different distances, because one, you're going a lot faster than the other. But it's time to get into this workout. So we are going to kick it off with a 1600 meter rep, and then we'll get into 4x400 meters, and then we will do it all again. Okay, 1600 done. That was about 7:15, 7:20 pace, I think. And we just did the first 400. I think it was like 6:25. So yeah, 90-second recovery. We're about to get back into it in 45 seconds. Okay, second 400 meter done. Rain's really starting to come down now. I fear that this second 1600 is going to be where it really hurts, and I feel that lactic acid buildup. But it's going to be okay. I love running in the rain. These shocks are meant to be water resistant, so I hope they're okay. Though I am tempted by their waterproof ones that you can like swim with. This is literally just electrolytes. Whew, one more 400 and then back into 1600. Okay, it's really starting to come down and legs are starting to hurt a bit, so this 1600 will be really tough. 1600 done, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I'm supposed to be doing lap recoveries between the 1600 meters, but we'll give it a go for this one. But whew. Okay, we did do a cool down lap between that and now the last 4 400s. Just grabbing some electrolytes and we will get right into it, so we're done. Okay, 1 down, 3 to go. Here's the TMI part, and this is why I don't do evening track sessions anymore. I can feel some movements down there. I went before I came here, but my stomach just, very regular, let's just say. I still have 2 left, but I posted about this on my Instagram. My legs get so splotchy when I do track sessions, like hard track sessions. If anyone knows why, that would be great. Let me know in the comments. Okay, TMI again. We have the last one, but I really need to go. So we're gonna get this done quickly and then maybe go before we cool down. But yeah, stomach is saying no. Last one. Okay, workout is done. We are just cooling down now. Got a 2-mile cool down, and now we're gonna pick up where I left off. Okay, to finish, we're gonna talk about 5 reasons why training for shorter distances helps you get faster in longer distances like the marathon. So first reason is it increases your aerobic capacity. So shorter distances require you to do more speed work, thus helping your body practice just like getting better at consuming more oxygen so that you can run faster, and over time you increase your aerobic capacity. This not only helps you run faster in shorter distances, it also helps you run faster for longer when you come back to longer distances. Second reason, it helps your legs become more efficient. So the more that you do these intervals in like speed workouts, it helps your body practice and your legs practice, like when that lactic acid builds up, how to clear lactate more quickly and more efficiently. Then when you come back to longer distances like marathons and half marathons, your legs don't have as much of lactic acid buildup because you're technically running slower, but your body will be so used to it that it'll mitigate that a lot faster, and also just like help your muscle contractions become more efficient over time. It's starting to rain again a little bit, but we are 1 mile into the cool down. But as I was saying, so your muscles will get stronger, and it's a little bit sciencey but interesting. So your body and your muscles contain organelles called mitochondria that produce ATP, aka energy. And the more that you do these shorter intensity interval workouts, the more your muscles are able to produce more mitochondrial density, which then helps you quickly and more strongly create those muscle contractions. This helps you get faster, not only in the shorter distances, but longer distances as well. Okay, the last two reasons are maybe a bit more biased, but for one, 5Ks and 10Ks are less time consuming to train for versus like marathon training. You're doing, 3-hour plus long runs. You will still do long runs with 5K, 10K training. I think there's a misconception that just because you're training for a shorter distance means that like your weekly mileage isn't as high. But elite runners who race like the 5K will still be running like 75 plus mile weeks, which is insane. Fifth and final reason is that it's fun. 5Ks and 10Ks definitely are like a different type of pain than halves and fulls, but I think another beauty of it is that because they're shorter distance, you can race a lot more often. Whereas like, I feel so overworked sometimes, like doing 2 marathons a year, because it is quite like back to back, and you need so much more time to recover. But I just ran a 5K last week. Might race another one soon before my 10K, not this weekend, but next weekend. And yeah, it's just fun. But everyone's different. Some people prefer shorter distance, some people prefer longer, but yeah. Okay, but that was my watch dinging. Then I am done with my 2-mile cool down, so thank you for joining me on this track workout interval session day. If you enjoyed this video, please give me I'm trying to do a thumbs up, give me a like, and comment below what you prefer, if you like shorter or longer distances. I know that next year I want to focus more on shorter distances and maybe just keep it to 1 marathon for the year, but we'll see. Subscribe to the channel because I come out with a new video every single Friday at 10 a.m. GMT, as well as a new podcast episode on my podcast, which is available on Spotify and Apple Music or Apple Podcasts. And for more daily content, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And yeah, I think next week we'll do like a 10K prep video before the big day, and that after that we will do a race recap breakdown. But until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye.